When I initially took on the partner sponsor role for Baker Ethnicity 7 years ago, I'll confess I was a little hesitant about leading the group, as it meant championing issues that we can sometimes find difficult to talk about.
I attended schools where I was often the only or one of only a handful of BAME people. Perhaps as a result of those environments, I've experienced the odd phenomenon whereby people, both black and white, have told me that they don't really think of me as black. Nigerian family members have found me too English, and some white people have told me that they don't think that I act black. This was very confusing growing up and quite infuriating on a number of levels. In my opinion, the only thing you need to qualify as black is to be black.
Quite early in my professional career, I was helping at an open day and it was aimed at widening participation. I'd struck up a conversation with a young black girl, and about 5 minutes in, she said, "Wait, you're black? And you work here?" At first I found it quite humorous, but after seeing the behaviour of other students from BAME backgrounds who were participating in the scheme, I found it clear that the issue was what was behind the statement.
Once when I was leaving the office for a client meeting with a partner, waiting for a cab to arrive at the ground floor reception, some of the associates gave me a quick look. They were all coming in and started to show me their security passes. So being non-white, regardless of the files I was carrying and my business attire, I had become the security guy.
We were hosts to a company that ran a seminar, and at the end I approached the presenters who were sitting at the table talking, and before I had the chance to even get to where they were or even say anything, one of them moved away from the table and asked me if I was here to clear up. I think I hid my thoughts really well, but internally I was so unimpressed and annoyed actually the more that I thought about it. Why did he jump to that conclusion?
My parents moved to South Africa when I was 4 years old, so I grew up as a white child in apartheid South Africa. And although this wasn't my choice, it took me a while once I'd moved back to the UK at 18 to come to terms with the fact that my upbringing was privileged and that was at the expense of others. And what this has meant is that I'm personally and profoundly interested in making a difference as part of our firm's work in the ethnicity space.
I'm Black African, so I'm directly of Ghanaian descent.
I'm Indian by birth, and I'm very proud of my heritage.
I'm Nigerian by origin, though I was born in Dublin and raised in England, so I identify as Black British.
Race and ethnicity are part of the person, along with their identity, along with culture, personality. And by speaking openly and comfortably about race and ethnicity, well, firstly, it shows acknowledgement and respect, and it also helps to build understanding and trust more quickly.
One of the most valuable experiences for me as the partner sponsor for Baker Ethnicity, it's been the ability to have open discussions. I've learned that the cultural differences of our wonderfully diverse workforce can unintentionally, but perhaps unsurprisingly, have an impact on how comfortable people feel about being themselves at work.
So when I look across all of our diversity strands, I've seen that race is an area where people can feel awkward talking around. We do seem to be able to acknowledge gender as a point of difference between us, and then we take steps in our journey to gender parity. But race and our ethnic differences as a discussion topic seems to create a lot of discomfort.
If I see that someone is struggling, for example being too shy to refer to a person's race, I do it for them, sometimes just to open up a dialogue. It hopefully helps them to see that it is okay to talk about race and ethnicity. Doing so doesn't make you racist or insensitive.
If we don't have an open environment where people can feel comfortable in airing their views and their thoughts and their opinions, we will end up with a situation of bad feeling and resentment rather than resolution.
Openly discussing our ethnic differences will increase knowledge and understanding amongst our people, which in turn will lead to a positive change towards a workforce which ultimately mirrors our society's demographic at all levels.
Being colour brave means acknowledging a fundamental aspect of the people around you. To fail to do so, it diminishes everyone.
Being colour brave means being open to discussion and, most importantly, being receptive to change.
Being colour brave means being honest and open and having transparent discussions and acknowledging bias and prejudices in an organisation we all work in.
To me, colour brave means not allowing race to be the elephant in the room. If you're describing someone, for example, that happened to be white, black, mixed, then be comfortable about adding this important fact. It is an important fact.
Diversity truly is part of the DNA at Baker's. And as a global firm with a global client base, a diverse workforce is a huge asset. I genuinely believe Baker's has a real opportunity to create change and to give ourselves a competitive advantage.
As a partner, I'm committed to using my influence to increase our focus on race and multiculturalism. And in particular, I want this Colour Brave campaign to help us become better equipped to discuss race. I really hope my fellow partners and everyone in the office will join me in supporting this really important campaign.
Colour Brave also means that when at the Christmas party I hit the dance floor and start busting a few of those Bhangra moves, it means that other people have to come in and join me, and it isn't all that difficult. It's all in the shoulders.